Hi, guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Unhinged. I'm Paul.
And I'm Judy. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
So, Judy, how has your week been?
My week has been good. I'm unlocking my better self in the words of Funky Dineva that is on TGIF Fridays.
Girl,
I
don't
am
even
unlocking my
start
better
with
self.
Funky Dineva.
So I am sober, I'm exercising, and I'm all about that mindfulness, positivity radiating throughout.
Whatever that means, I am drinking my rosé because, as one of my good friends said, fuck it, it's Friday. Going back to Funky Dineva, how does Funky Dineva think they have the right to say Woody Chloe looks fat in the face?
I saw that. He really did go in on her.
That
He
was
really
unnecessary.
did. She does have a chubby face, but she's a cute girl. There's
She's
nothing
a
wrong with
very
her.
pretty girl, and that busted ass man. First of all, his hairline is all the way back there. He looks crusty, dry as fuck. Anyway, I digress. This was not even about to talk about Funky Dineva, but anyway, you guys, thank you so much for listening to our previous episode. It means so much to us. The love and support is overwhelming. We keep surpassing our goals, so thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate the feedback, and maybe at the end of the show, we'll, give some feedback and what the people have been saying about our podcast and about Unhinged Africans.
That's right. So, as we usually start today, we want to shout out to Malawians that are doing it out there, doing it big. And this one is very close to home for me. My baby sister. She's my baby sister. It's my mom's sister's child.
Oh,
She's my baby sister. She just graduated a couple of months ago. First class law and business degree. First class. First class. You better
shout
get it,
out
girl.
to the Gen Z baddie, honey.
First class law degree. She graduated from the University of Aberystwyth, which is in Wales. She is now working in London, and I love you, baby girl. You better do it, Tina. We're so proud of you.
We are definitely so proud of you. I remember when she was so young, so small, like used to be so bored with us. Like,
I
why are these people
know.
taking me here and here?
Now look at her now, a whole grown woman making it happen.
Can you imagine? She about to be our lawyer, taking up our cases and stuff. Because we might get sued one day.
We need a lawyer. We are going to need a damn good lawyer because people are talking about they want to put their hands on us, even though you love this tea. What was the thing in Chichewa? I was talking about muzatela manjamantu. Well, then tizatela manjamantu. Then that's just what it's gonna be.
Guys, I'm telling you, we don't make the news. We just report it. Okay, we just report it.
Yep, it's stuff that we find on Facebook, pretty Malawian Facebook, Malawian Twitter. It's stuff that you guys are talking about. We just put it in an audio form. So relax, have several seats. It's not that serious.
Exactly. Anyways, moving on, Paul, now to our first news story. We always start with the news.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a DSTV update, multi-choice DSTV update. As we said, DSTV is the Pan-African network that provides, television entertainment to all across Africa. So DSTV in Malawi did mention at the beginning of the month that they're going to pull out of doing business in Malawi and that the cutoff date will be the 31st of August. Nobody will be able to renew their contract, renew their payments whatsoever. And right now, if people have expired subscriptions, they're not able to renew them. So MACRA, the Malawi Regulations Authority, had mentioned that they had taken them to court because they didn't want DSTV to increase their prices. And then DSTV got upset and said, not me, girl. Said, oh, hell no. We're not going to do business in Malawi if we cannot increase, our prices because we need our money.
Mm-hmm.
So now the Ministry of Communications or whatever, the government has said, this is verbatim. I, therefore, direct MACRA to take immediate steps to restore the status quo prior to the time when it obtained injunctive relief so that efforts to resolve the matter can take place in earnest and outside the yoke of litigation. And basically just saying that it's an order to MACRA and we expect MACRA to respect the order. And John Capito, Consumer Association of Malawi Executive Director, has said this move that government saying that no, MACRA needs to step down and let DSTV do whatever they need to do.
Yeah, they should. It's 8,000 kwacha more. No one should be scared of, oh, a Malawian's going to afford it. Hell, if you can afford it, you can afford it. Simple as. Why are they trying to dictate
Exactly.
what businesses should do? Let the girls be great. And I actually got some flack about talking about, you talking about when we were here, DSTV, Chani. Yes, you guys had nothing to do. I'm gonna double that. You had nothing to do. Someone had the nerve to tell me, we had VHS cassette. Oh God. Okay. Oh, you have to sit and rewind anyway. Yes, DSTV has saved a lot of y'all from getting pregnant or getting drunk or in ditches. Just admit it. It's fine. Basi.
Yep. Yep, that is true. It's fine. But at least we know that people are able to see their updates and all that. And Big Brother Nigeria is actually on right now. And I know my dad is such an avid fan of such. So
It's on
he would have been very upset if he couldn't watch his Big Brother anymore.
I know my dad loves to watch Generations. He will drive home, and I haven't seen Generations for a good 15 years, but my dad still watches Generations. I used to watch it when you had those like Karabo and you don't know what Generations is, do you, Judy?
No, but I think I've watched one episode and I didn't know that it still goes on.
We used to watch Generations a long time ago, and my dad still watches it. When I was there last year, it's like 8 o'clock, he's there with his cup of tea, sitting to watch Generations, like a whole you. Anyway, love you, Dad.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to my dad too. I love him too. Anyways, moving on to our next news story. For those Zimbabwe listeners, I'm not sure if we have any fans in Zimbabwe, but I know that there are a lot of Zimbos.
No one is listening from actually in Zimbabwe, but times are tough in Zimbabwe, tougher than they are in Malawi. You might not even have Spotify, but I know that there are people in Zimbabwe, people from Zimbabwe that are listening from the UK. Zimbos don't come for me. But I don't know if you got Spotify over there.
It's giving Zimbabwe.
Ooh, Zimbabwe. The bread basket of Africa. Let's go.
Yo, but in all honesty, I know that we have some Zim listeners because there are a lot of Zimbos in Malawi. Zimbabwe is having presidential elections right now. And we're not going to talk about the whole gist of it all. But as you know, for those that follow news, the current president right now, he took over Robert Mugabe. They had a coup.
Pronounce his name. Anyway, yeah.
How do you say it?
I don't know. I tried.
Him.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, that man. Emerson.
I don't know.
Lord, we don't know. Anyways, President Emerson, who took over the longtime strongman Robert Mugabe in 2017 via the coup, and he won a disputed election in 2018, is now seeking a second term. And then now his main challenger, Nelson Chamisa, he's 45 years old. Emerson is 80 years old. He old child.
You need to let it go.
Yep. So now he's seeking, presidency, and it's between the two. So Nelson Chamisa was leading on the first days of the election. So they get results within 5 days. They give them 5 days to get all the results because, they vote like every other African country, via physical balloting, where you have to put the ballot paper in that box, in that container, that clear container, and then take who you want to take with a blue pen. It's the same, old school style, same as Malawi, same as every other African country. And so now Emerson was, he was, being defeated. So he said that no, some polling stations never got their ballots or whatever the case is. Let's extend the voting days. So now it's being seen that Mananga Guas.
Yes.
Yes, it is being seen that he's actually taking lead now all of a sudden, despite the fact that his opposition was taking lead. So
do you know what
how it goes with these elections, Paul?
Do you know what this is giving? It's giving our last presidential election when they were using whiteout to change the votes. Do you remember that?
Yep. Tipex. Oh, Lord. Tipex.
Mm-hmm. I know in Africa they call it Tipex. Here in Australia they call it whiteout. But when we had our last presidential elections, which were declared invalid, I think, right? Because then we had to have the second round. The current president at the time had ordered people to go and steal ballot boxes and bought out all the whiteout in the country and had people literally changing the votes, the ballot papers, the official ballot paper. The boldness, the gumption, the gall of these people. So it just goes on to say, I feel like African leaders, you go and you do a lot of shit. You go sit there and you're like, okay, I'm going to be the most corrupt African leader. I'm going to do this. I want to look out for my family, do this. You're going to do all these under the table deals. And then you realize, oh my God, once I step down, they're coming for me. This is why they want to be a president, because it's very easy for them to come and get you afterwards. Didn't Bakili Muluzi just get cleared of all charges like last week or something, like a couple of weeks ago? And this is our second president. He ran for 2 terms. They have been after his ass for a hot minute. This man can
that's very
finally
true.
breathe. He can be like, finally breathe, not having to look over his shoulder like, who's coming for me? Who's coming for me? So there's something in the water there with African leaders. Once you get into power, you want to do all these things that you know are not right. And then you want to rig the election so that you can sit being president until the day you die so no one can come for you. Allegedly.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
But in Malawi, it was seen. This is a fact that they had to do a re-election. So we're not making that up. It was true. There was a re-election in Malawi because of the whiteout incidences. They had a re-election, then we got a new president, and we'll speak about the new president another day. But anyways, we shall digress.
Okay. So, Judy, you have a submission for our next story. I'm going to call him Peshard.
I'm going to call him your favorite papa.
I'll call him Peshard Shubiri.
Okay. Allegedly, your favorite papa was caught, pants down. Allegedly, word on the street is that he was trying to invite a certain female that is from Botswana to Malawi. We don't know if the girl ever made it to Malawi.
I saw it. I saw that.
But basically, there's screenshots. He slid in the DMs and he was like, hey, did you see the DMs?
I did see the DMs and then the WhatsApp messages, and I heard the voice notes.
Yep, the voice notes, the WhatsApp messages. Basically, she said she needed some prayer for her boyfriend dumped her, and then he was like, oh, okay, let me help you out.
Oh. So he wanted to help her out by bringing her to Africa. Oh, no, sorry, bringing her to Malawi. But then ended up that he wants to. Anyway, so this man, right?
Yep.
This man, I know when I was in South Africa, he was in South Africa. But then he just ended up in Malawi and he has not been able to leave the country since. Are they after him in South Africa too?
Yes, basically, your favorite papa. We're not saying any names. Your favorite papa,
Shubiri.
Yeah, he got chased out. Not really chased out of South Africa, but he was facing a lot of different charges there. And then all of a sudden, he just ended up in Malawi,
back home.
And then he still has to go to court. He still has to go to court in Malawi, though. He's been going to court in Malawi, and the case is still ongoing.
This man is wealthy, y'all. When I tell you he's wealthy, beyond belief. He's very
beyond.
Rich. He has
beyond.
He commands so many people. His church in South Africa, it was like a stadium. Like he would fill stadiums. That's how much of a pull this man had. I mean, I don't know. Does he still have the same pull now? Is he still calling?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. In all honesty, like he is contributing to the tourism in Malawi because a lot of people flock to Malawi to come see him and receive his message. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm going to church to go to, your favorite pastor's, your favorite prophet, Papa's church and all this stuff. So he's actively doing that, and he has a big project that he's building in Mangochi.
I saw that. So, I saw that. That looks good. If it actually materializes, that really looks good. And I'm from Mangochi. I'm a Yao. I speak the language there fluently. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna get myself a little vacation property there. Eat the fish by the.
I'm just finding that out now.
Well, you didn't know
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you speak it.
I do speak Yao. I can say some Yao to you right now if you want to.
Okay, well, if it never worked, if it ever, goes all haywire in Australia, you know where to go and you know who to call. Your favorite pastor,
Pastor
your favorite
Pechard
papa.
Shubiri, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Allegedly.
Allegedly. So all of this is allegedly. You can find the TikToks, and if you know the real name of the person, you can find the TikToks and you can find all the information that is right there. Remember, undo this, undo that, Paul?
Yeah, Andrew is a good friend of mine, honey. She is a supporter. She has always supported me down. Yeah, I know Andrew. Love Andrew. Have you read her? She's got a book.
Yeah, and remember, she also spoke about your favorite. She actually had screenshots as well. And one time she went live and she was talking about him.
Speaking of Andrew, like if anyone's gonna put you in your place or put you on blast, it's going to be Andrew. Because Andrew does not give a flying you know what. She does not care. I have seen Andrew put these slay queens, these quote unquote Malawian socialites
down.
She will speak to you, speak at you, she will cuss you out and put you in your place. So shout out to Andrew. Andrew is a real one, she is an absolute real one. She stands in her truth, and I love that.
Yep, really yep. I wonder how she's doing now. Maybe she's moved on to OnlyFans. I hope she has, so she can monetize her, her videos and stuff.
Oh, child, you know what? It's funny because it's like we actually don't talk anymore, Judy and I, when we're doing this podcast. We don't talk because we try to save our reactions for you guys, which is sad because me and Judy would just literally sit and just cackle and talk about, stuff that's going on. But she just mentioned something that's a part of something to come up in the next segment. And disclaimer, we did not even talk about this at all. But go on. You'll find out soon enough, Judy, as the podcast goes on. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that. But speaking about your favorite prophet and whatever, let's get into, I've noticed one thing about, in Malawi that I've noticed from Western cultures. In the Western cultures, like in America, to say, if somebody's cheating on you, they make it such a big deal. They're like, how can you cheat on her? How can you cheat on her? But in Malawi, I feel like
it's okay.
Everybody cheats on everybody, and we just turn a blind eye like,
I mean, we touched upon this last episode talking about how these middle-aged women are worried about the gays when you should really be worried about your husband and what your husband is doing. I mean, it's endemic in Malawi. Like, you're gonna have MG1 and MG2. So for those of y'all that don't know, MG1 is the president's car. That's his actual registration plate. It's called MG1, Malawi Government 1. So that's the main one. But then there's MG2, which he sometimes takes when MG1 is, decommissioned or is temporarily indisposed. He will take MG2. So the Malawians have now used that. MG1 is the wife, MG2 is the side chick. So there are a lot of MG2s out there. Right, Judy?
Yep, there are a lot of MG2s out there, and people claim it loud and proud to the point where, I kid you not, MG2s nowadays, they're posting it. They will post their dude. They'll be like, I'm with him. I'm chilling with him, blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
because the MG1 won't do nothing.
So it's like this now.
The MG1 wants to keep living that life. Because what's going to happen when the husband says, you can leave if you want to, where are you going to go? This is why, girls, you need to get your educations up. You need to go to school, get your degrees, get your masters, get your own jobs, because you should not let this man... Imagine you're sitting there crying. You should just be crying because you're carrying a Chanel bag. Oh, girl, I bet that Chanel bag should better be enough to hold your tears, because some of you are crying just to show life, to say, I'm this, I'm this. Or the alternative is you go to Cholo or Ncheu, but you don't want to go live there.
Exactly. And you know what I don't get is, like, I don't know, like, how are you fine with just being number two? Like, you can't even go out in public. Like, I mean, well, in Malawi, nobody would say anything, but you can go out in public with this person, but you always have to look over your shoulder. Because once these wives find out, they go crazy. These women go crazy. They'll record you, beat you up, do the most. It's wild. Just so embarrassing. Like, come on, guys. Like, for real.
It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, but the circle is also small in Malawi, and in Malawi now we have this whole slay queen culture. Oh my God! Like, I mean, that's actually a whole topic for another day because there are
Another day.
like everyone wants to be with a slay queen. So you get this middle-aged man with your wife, and also because Malawian women, you all don't work out. Like you all don't keep yourselves. You just that's the problem. Like you need to work out. Like you're sitting at home, you're not really doing anything. Like you're not working. You've got the money, you've got nannies to take care of your kids. You're not cleaning. That you're just sitting and eating. You need to work out.
That is true, though.
Like you need to
I
work
can
out.
testify to that too. Like, I do not work out.
Well, you better
I just
start
be
working out,
sitting.
child. You better. No, but you just came from workout. You just came from work, and you're like, I'm gonna see you in 55 minutes. It was so precise, you guys. She's like, we'll record in 55 minutes. 55 minutes turned into an hour and a half. I'm like, work out your way. You
Malawi time, okay? Malawi time. You
Okay.
add the extra minutes. You say, oh, please. But you're right about people not taking care of themselves. But it doesn't. Let me not just put the blame on the women, like not taking care of themselves, Paul. This is where I have to be like a feminist. Some of the men, though, like,
The men are worse.
listen, you know dang well that little girl that you're going after, that is not your wife. You're going after her just because to boost up your ego and everything. You know she doesn't really want you. She just wants your money.
Yeah, but it you know what?
Yep. So don't sit there thinking you got it. Nope. She just wants your money.
So Malawian men, guys, seriously, ladies, get your degrees up. Start, do some stuff. Whether
Yep.
it's a business, again, a side hustle, you need to start doing that stuff because I see a lot of women out here crying, and the thing about the side chicks is they're so bold. The side chicks don't care. They don't. They will be out
They
there.
do not
They'll be taking
care.
pictures with your man, like literally on the beach, and what are you gonna do? Lo. Nothing, metallic, nothing. You sit there and you watch, you cry. You know that emoji where it's like it's got tears coming out and it's like smiling and laughing at the same time? When you look like a clown, you look like that.
Yep.
You're a clown. Anyway, this is not about.
Yep. Yeah, this is not about that. And Paul, you said like, the dating pool in Malawi is really small. In all honesty, like this is how I explain it to some people. I'm like, okay, people that are of a certain class in Malawi, it's like a small population of those people. Like, let's say it's like 1 million people that, they went to like, they're exposed. They went to these like proper schools. They have the formal education and all of this stuff. They come from a good family background and all this stuff. Then they want to date somebody. Out of that dating pool, if you're 20, like my age, like 33 years old, who are you going to date? You want to date somebody that's older, whatever. All these people are married. And then there's like a small, maybe a 2%, maybe just 20 guys that are actually single around that age bracket, that actually have a job, that have a good family background, all of that stuff. And those guys, guaranteed, they're probably in a relationship. So there you are. You just say, hey, Basiru, let me just find a nice couple and settle down.
Get in the bag. And then you get there and just have the baby and you're set. Bas. You are set for life.
And you're set.
That is the Malawian dream.
Knowing that
the Malawian dream?
Your man is going to be dipping back and forth from the other girl and you. You and the other girl are there, sharing one guy.
That is the Malawian dream. You get the American dream, the Australian dream. That is the Malawian dream. Salute you. I salute you.
Yep.
You dreamers. Anyway, let's move on with this because we are out here chatting. We have a lot more to talk about and we literally have like 10 minutes. What is...
Okay.
Judy, you got a tip for us for dating to tie into what we just...
Okay, a tip for people for dating in Malawi. Guys, get on those dating apps. Get on Tinder. Get on Bumble or whatever the case is. Go on Facebook. Go on Instagram. DM that guy that you want to DM that doesn't live in Malawi. Get yourself a man that does not live there so that you don't have to keep circling back in the same circles over and over.
You know what? That was my
same
one. My same one. There are websites out there that are geared for people who are looking to date internationally. Have you guys not seen 90 Days to Wed? Like 90 days. You better get yourself on one of those international dating websites Find you someone that's not been around the corner 10 times over. Because there are friends out here that you all have been just dating the same man and you can't even be mad at each other because like, who are you going to date? It's either you date that or you go date your uncle. And you don't want to go date your uncle now. You know, you don't want to do that. And by uncle, I mean dad. Sorry, I mean the African uncle. African uncle, which is not like
African uncle
brother.
because
like
they're proper uncles. You have to pay respect to them.
Yeah,
like,
uncle means
uncle
old.
Dan.
Don't get me. Don't cancel us. We're not talking about incest. Relax. We're talking about your dad's friend because you have to call them uncle, or your mom's friend is auntie.
You have to call them uncle.
Anyone who's older than you,
you
uncle, auntie. So
true.
So those are our tips for dating, but we wanted to just to show ourselves to you a little bit more because we've been talking about this podcast like we've been talking on this podcast like we all know each other. Our first episode was an introductory podcast which we did not release. We might release it, you know, maybe like an anniversary thing, but I told Judy earlier in the week to think of a funny memory, you know, between me and her, something that happened with me and her, and I didn't tell her mine and she didn't tell me hers. So, Judy, what is your funny memory of us?
Okay. I bet it's going to be the same as yours, but Beyonce, global citizen.
Oh my God. It's not even, but that's a good one. Who? Are we scammers? We are scammers.
Oh my God. Guys, we went to go see Beyonce Global Citizen. I'm not even going to talk about the ticket stuff. The funny part was after the show.
No,
we had a good time.
Wait,
whatever.
Talk about the ticket stuff as well, because that's how we got to go see Beyonce in Johannesburg. Because it was Cece got tickets in London and she got to Johannesburg and then she's like, oh, they've just given me these other tickets, but it's not the same ticket number. She's like, if you guys want to come, you can come, but we're going to walk in first and scan these tickets. So if there's those ones and they let you in, they let you in. If they don't, you guys go home. Do you remember?
Yep.
So.
Yep. I remember all of that. Yeah.
Woo. They scanned the tickets. We saw them. Judy, tell them what happened after that, because actually I still have PTSD from that. I put that in the back of my mind, never to bring it back out again.
Oh my gosh, guys, yo. So yeah, they scanned the tickets. We went in, cool, enjoyed ourselves, like had a blast, like the like a blast. And our seats were so close to the stage. Mm-hmm. Like we saw everything. Every celebrity you can think of was there. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, everybody was there, honey. Bonang, everybody was. And Bonang came super close too, like super close. So anyways, now after the show, you know South Africa is a dangerous place, guys. It's very dangerous. I'm not even going to lie.
And this was not even...
now we're coming out...
This was the CBD.
Yes.
I live in... Just a young flex. I live in Sandton.
Just had to mention.
Of course I have to mention. Because how do you get from Soweto to Sandton? It's not easy. So go on, tell them.
Yes. So it was at the FNB Stadium, right?
Girl, it was at some stadium. I don't remember. At a stadium.
Yeah, some stadium. Anyways, yeah, it was at that random stadium. So anyways, so we're coming out of the place. Now we're with Cece and her husband. And then Cece, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of commotion coming out. Cece is walking very fast. She's walking super fast to the point that she's leaving. And she bought some shoes. And the shoe breaks.
Oh my God, the gunshots. Oh my God, I can't.
The shoe breaks. And then we're hearing gunshots. I don't even know what. We separated from each other. Nobody could see each other. And then I'm just hearing Paul screaming, ah!
Remember we had to go wait in that Uber lounge thing? Because we were trying to get an Uber, right? We were trying to get an Uber back home. But Ubers were costing like thousands of rand, which is like hundreds of dollars. And it was ridiculous because it was like a 20-minute ride back to my apartment. But obviously, it's like, I don't know, 100,000 people trying to get Ubers. And then obviously, because it's South Africa, people want to take advantage. So like, oh, walk over here. So we walk there. Next thing we hear are gunshots. And like...
gunshots. And then people are just screaming, ah! Screaming every 2 minutes.
Oh my God, it was crazy. Oh, how did we get back
And then,
home?
okay, let's get back to Cece. So now Cece, her shoe is breaking. Her poor husband, guys, he's so sweet. Shame. He takes off his shoes, and luckily he was wearing sandals, I think, right? And then he gives them to Cece, and he had to walk barefoot. Not this British man walking barefoot.
I was like, ew. Oh my God, that was
in the streets of Africa.
Oh my God, that is so funny. How do we get home?
Anyways. So Cece had booked an Uber earlier on, and that Uber driver, bless his heart, he came to actually find Cece when we finally got together. But there was a moment where this was the funniest thing, though. There was a moment that it was just Paul and I. Cece got lost somewhere, so her husband went to go find her. Paul and I didn't even speak for like 30 minutes. It was that silence that we didn't even have to speak. We just knew never again with this.
I was like, Beyonce, I love you, but that just killed the whole vibe. Because we left that stadium on such a high, walked out to hear gunshots, people running, phones were getting snatched, like people just snatching phones, like put your phones away, because they were snatching phones. It was wild. Man, it was wild.
Oh, man, it was wild. Oh, what a time, what a time. Anyways, Paul, what's your memory?
Well, okay, I have actually, you know what? I don't care about the time. We're going to do 2 memories today. Mine will be shorter. So, this is going back even before, this is like 10 years ago or something like this, when me and Judie, over 10 years ago, me and Judie just started hanging out. So, I was back in Malawi for a little bit after my mom died and, you know, hanging out with Judie. And I used to live up the road from Judie. And would hang out every day. We'd never had cars because obviously we're like young and no money. We'd never have cars. So Judie's mom would drop Judie off in the morning when she's going to work because she would drive past my house, and we'd just like hang out, watch TV, eat lunch. We weren't even drinking then. Just hang out. And then one time, her mom just did not pick her up. Just drove past my house, didn't pick her up. And it's getting dark. Judie's like, it's getting a little bit dark, right? I'm like, yeah. I was like, you better call your mom. No, Judie calls her mom. She's like, Mom, you didn't pick me up. Judie's mom was like, yeah, I didn't pick you up. Sorry, you have to find your own way home, which you could have walked. But and then Judie's mom was like, Judie's like, Mom, how am I gonna get home? She's like, I don't know, girl. You can catch a bike or something, because we had like these bike taxis, like literally on the back of a bike, like a push bike. And
they're super unsafe. They're so unsafe.
I remember seeing Judie, like we stood up there, me and my sister stood up there and watched Judie get on the bike. Luckily, some person from church spotted you and they took you home.
Oh yeah, like they watched me get on the bike, but then as soon as I got on, the person was like, "What? You need?"
Well, guys, we have not always been living this soft life. Times have been tough. I mean, they're still tough, but you know, it's different. It's a very kind of tough.
Oh my gosh. You know oh. But my mom though.
Your mom was shady for that. Like she did you dirty. Shout out to Aunt Sophia. I love Aunt Sophia. Aunt Sophia, that's Judie's mom. When you go to Judie's house, you just know that you're gonna be fed. You know, you go to Judie's house, she cooks like 4 meals. Like there's chicken here, there's lamb, there's fish. There, I'm like, huh? I'm like, are you cooking for something? So, you know, shout out to Aunt Sophia. Good woman.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. What's your next one?
My next one is circa the same time when Big Brother Africa was a thing. Do you remember we were about to go join Big Brother Africa? We were so serious about it. What was that about? You forgot? Remember it was the couples one, the duos, but then I think it was Wati and Nafe. Yeah.
Nafe ended up going. Yeah. We were so serious, but then you had to go back to Ireland. You just woke up one day and you were like, I'm going back to Ireland.
I had enough of y'all. But we were so serious. We're like, we're going to be TV stars, Judie. This is going to be it for us. Man. Knowing full well that our parents would have never let us go. You know that, right? They would have never let us go.
Yep. Fun fact, I auditioned the very next year and I did get picked and my parents did say hell no.
They're like, nope. Our parents would have said no.
They were like, nope.
Oh my God.
I did too.
Okay.
I,
So
oh my gosh.
moving.
I feel like, do we even have time for Dadoma? Should we save it for next week or
No, no,
what?
no. We do have our first listener letter. We have our first
Okay, okay.
listener letter, guys. Thank you so much for whoever sent this in. Thank you. This is great because I've been wanting to give you guys our advice. So Judy hasn't heard this listener letter yet. That's why I did mention earlier. I was like, oh, we talked about something. I was like, oh, it's gonna tie together in our listening letter, in our listener letter. So the letter goes. Hi, Paul and Judy. First off, I want to say great job on the podcast. I have really enjoyed listening to you both on my way to work in the past couple of weeks. Keep it up. Now let's get into
Oh,
it. I am a gay man from a southern African country who has been living in Europe for the past 15 years. Don't worry, I'm not Malawian, but I have to keep it vague because we all know how Africans are good at connecting the dots. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years and recently moved in together. We are financially okay, but we would like to have more money to live a softer baby girl life. We have we have always casually discussed the idea of starting an OnlyFans account as a joke. More recently, my boyfriend has brought it up in a more serious manner. He is European, so it would not be too much of an issue if his family were to find out. Me, on the other hand, you already know, coming from where we come from, that it would be an instant abomination. My question to you is, do you think it's worth starting an OnlyFans with him? I'm worried that once it's out there, it really is out there and it will be a life-changing situation with my family. Thank you both and looking forward to hear what you have to say about my dilemma. Sincerely, Grace Jones.
oh, Grace. Can I start?
Yes, please,
Okay,
girl.
Grace. I'm gonna say two things. First, I'm gonna say no face, no case. But no. In all honesty, I feel like there's so much worry and doubt coming from your end. Don't let no man, no whatever is worth convincing you to do something that you're uncomfortable for. In doing. Like, if somebody really loves you, they will not pressure you into doing something that you're uncomfortable. And you guys are already good and you want extra soft life. I don't know, just start a YouTube or something, start a TikTok. People are making money from TikToks.
Start a podcast.
Like, start something else. Yeah, start. Well, we're not getting monetized yet,
No.
but but seriously, look into other things like work part-time or whatever. Like, don't let the OnlyFans be it, because digital prints will stay on forever. You can't even erase that. These videos are going to stay there forever.
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, I don't know, Grace Jones. I don't know how old you are, so I can't really judge. I don't even know how old your man is. But, that baby girl life, like, I don't know. I see all the gays in Europe every year, and I'm like, man, it'll be good. But yeah, I mean, no face, no case. But how would you promote it, Judy? That's the thing, because you can't just. The thing about OnlyFans, with, like, let's say, with the gays is, if I were to start one, I
You need
would
a
put it.
face.
No, well, I mean, I would put it on my Instagram and say I'm charging $10 because people be like, oh my God, I want to see something. Just let me just see one thing, you know. But you can't just start on OnlyFans and then, if you have no platform or coming from somewhere to promote it, then that's, people are still gonna know it's you. So people want to see you in it because people are intrigued and
True.
curious. So that's the catch-22. I feel like, you don't want, you want to do it, but you can't do it because you don't want to expose yourself. So, Grace Jones, I mean, yeah, no face, no case. I would do it. I've always talked about doing it. I'll be honest with you. Let me be honest. I've always thought about doing it.
Really?
Yes, I mean,
Oh, I can
thinking,
see you. I can see you doing that. You're the type. You're the
the
type.
type. Excuse me, the type. What is the type? No, I mean,
Don't forget, I have seen your phone before. I've seen the content that's in your phone. So,
girl, come on now. Okay. Anyway, I'm just saying. Yeah, I think, Grace, go on and do it. I mean, I am a whole new person now since last year. So, Grace, if you want to do it, go on and do it. And if you want us to, put the link out, we'll put the link out for you because people don't know who you are. if they haven't connected the dots, there we go, and then we can just take a cut from that.
But then now they would know.
They don't
now
know
they
who
would
he
know.
is,
We don't
though.
even know who Grace is.
Yeah, but then if he, well, it's an anonymous forum, so I really don't know who he is. But if he can just send us the link and say, I've done it. Here's the link to my OnlyFans. We'll put it on our Instagram. Shout out for all the followers on Instagram, by the way. The Instagram is not finished, but you all are still following. Thank you. We'll put it on our Instagram. You know, hell, I'll even support it. I'll even promote it myself. So go on, Grace Jones.
Okay, all right. That's word from Paul. For me, I'm just saying, if you're uncomfortable, don't do it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Judy, you're
Yeah.
in that Dopa of the week.
My Ndatopa of the week. And now I even forgot what my Ndatopa was. I was ranting to myself earlier this morning, and I totally forgot what my Ndatopa is. You start, Paul.
Okay. My Ndatopa of the week is inspired by my baby girl, Tina, who we just gave a shout out to earlier. So Tina has just graduated from Wales, and she's in London trying to find a place to live. Now, Tina is a black girl. Trying to find a place to live. Obviously, she wants to find a room share. As a black girl, has been very hard for her. It's really been, hasn't been easy. Thank God she's found a place now. It's all good. But it's been months of trying to find the right place. She told me that she has to speak in a more British accent when she's on the phone so that she even gets a chance. And I'm like, that should not be the case. So that resonates with me because I had the same situation last year when I had to move and find where I'm living now. I live alone, but I had zero intentions of living alone. I wanted to find a flatmate so we could share the bills, share the rent, and share everything. But I remember looking for a place on a website, and place was perfect. I sent this person a message. Mind you, this ad was only there for like 15 minutes. Brand new ad, fresh ad. Sent him a message. He's like, oh no, sorry, this place is taken. And I'm like, how can it be taken? It's only been 15 minutes. And then I got blocked. I was like, wow, this person blocked me. Said it's taken and then blocked me. So my friend who is blonde and blue-eyed just went on it, just like, hey, let's just look for it. He just went onto he reactivated his profile, and this person actually messaged him, say, hey, are you looking for a place to stay? We ripped into him, like, oh, I thought you said the place is taken. So no, it's not taken. We just put it on. I was like, well, you just told my friend that it's taken. Why would you tell him it's taken just because he's a black man? I searched high and low looking for places. I would spend hours shooting out emails, everything, writing, offering more rent. Never even got anything back.
Wow.
It's hard enough to get a place. It's hard enough to get a place in like the big cities like Sydney or London, New York. But when you're a person of color trying to find a place, that is just on a whole other level. So I sympathize for Tina. Glad that you found a place. But I just remembered how frustrating and how mad I got not being able to find a place. And I had to find a place so quick too. It wasn't like, I had like a long time. I had to find a place so quick. But I would send out emails and emails. Some people would just not reply. Just not reply. Like, where is the courtesy? Where's courtesy of just saying, no, sorry, you're not the right fit. But they would just leave you hanging. So it's real hard. It's hard out there. A person of color trying to find a place is not easy. I sympathize, but that's why I'm pissed off. And that's my Ndatopa of the week. Ndatopa of the racism of the Chisanko. Zitezmenezi. Judy, what's your Ndatopa?
I feel you on that one, Paul. My Ndatopa is basically a simple one. Guys, respect people's time. Like, in all honesty, like if you're over an hour late, that is definitely a little sign of disrespect.
A little?
A little sign. That's a sign of disrespect.
That's a big sign.
But I've never seen this goes, like, I give kudos to Malawians because Malawians max is like 30 minutes to an hour lateness that I've seen. But here in Ghana, I have never seen people that are so late and don't respect people's time. Like, it's legit 2 hours or more late. They can be late like that. I went to an event. It was meant to start at 6. It started at 9 o'clock. And I got there exactly at 6. Yup.
I would have been going.
And I got there exactly at 6. Yeah, because they were like, oh, it's a cocktail. A cocktail is from 6 to 9. Why are we starting at 9 o'clock? Exactly. Like, I should be home by now. Like, are you kidding me? But yeah, respect people's time. Like, in all honesty, respect people's time. Like, don't be late. Like, come on. And if you are going to be late, communicate. Yeah. Always communicate, because it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you are going to be late, communicate. You know, it's like, be wise and condomize, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And with that being said, today's episode is definitely a little longer, but I hope you guys have enjoyed. We gave you just a little bit of extra. I know some of the feedback has been, maybe you guys should extend the time, or somebody actually suggested this, Paul, that we should add, you know, places to visit in Malawi, like tourism spots, places to hang out, and whatever. For all those Malawians listening in that are in Malawi, if you have a business or something or whatever and you want to promote it, please let us know that we can mention it on our podcast.
We have the email address, which is thisisunhingedpodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM Judie, you can DM myself, you can even DM the Unhinged Instagram. Let us know. We want to make this the podcast for you, for what are we, millennials, Malawian millennials. This is our podcast.
Malawi millennials plus the Gen Zs. I know y'all listening too.
I know they're listening. I can see them in the statistics. But we want to make this for you. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to our extra long episode of Unhinged. I have been Paul, Summer Loving Nasoa.
And okay, I was about to cut you in. Okay, since we're giving such nicknames. Okay, and Judy Beauty, Jujubella, if you wanna. Hell yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening. We hope you have a lovely weekend.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.